Good morning 4B, happy Friday. I hope everybody will have a lovely weekend. I just want to go through your homework task for maths once again, because I know on Friday we went through it very quickly, and I think it's really important that we make sure we understand the task that we have to do. So I'm just going to do a small video for you and explain how to complete these questions. Now, we're going to be looking at question number 4, okay, but there's lots and lots of different parts to solve before we get to this point of working out the cost, which is here, and the change. So let's go through it and let's try to understand it. So here we have a number of different items: cards, calendars, notebooks, diaries, maps, pens, pencils, rubbers, newspapers, and magazines. And they all have different prices. Okay, this is what you could call a price list right here. So the price for a pen is 75p, but the price for a notebook is £1.80. Now, what we're talking about with here, with these prices, is something called currency. And there's something we need to know about currency. Okay? Here in Qatar, we deal with reals. Okay? So here we have some money. Alright? And here is a 1 real note. Okay? Now in our homework task, we're dealing with pounds, okay? Pounds is the British currency. Now here is an example of what £1 might look like. So in the UK, we don't have notes for a 1 real note, or we don't have a £1 note. We have coins. Now this isn't actually a pound, this is a euro, okay? And this is what they use in Europe. This is their currency, okay? So in Britain they use pounds, in Europe they use euros, and here in Qatar they use reals. But in this real, you could cut this real up into smaller pieces, and that's when you would get these little fellas, which are called dirhams, okay? So here is 50 dirhams, sorry. Here is 25, and here is another 25. So if I get all 3 of those coins, that amount there is exactly the same as this amount here. If I split this into different fractions, I'm not going to tear it up because I want to keep it, but what I could do, half of this is 50, 1/4 of it is 25, and another 1/4 of it is 25. And we know from our work with fractions that 2/4 make a half, and that 2 halves make a whole. So here we have 50 dirhams, 75 dirhams, 100 dirhams, and 100 dirhams is the same as 1 real. Okay? That's the first thing to understand with this money. But we're dealing with pounds and pence. But it's the same idea. There are 100 pennies in £1. Therefore, £1, where's my finger, is the same as 100 pence. 100 pennies in £1. Just like there are 100 dirhams in 1 real. And that is the first thing that we need to understand. So let's look at the question. It says, use the price list, which we know is this here, to work out the cost of each purchase and the change from £5, not £1, £5. So what does this word mean and what does this word mean? Well, a purchase is the items that you pay for. So if I go to a shop and I want to buy, for example, a notebook and a pen, that would be my purchase. The change is the money that you have left over after you pay for your purchase. And as we've discussed, pounds and pence is the British currency, okay? It is not the Qatari currency,